Welcome students of Form 3. This video is made for Sky students of Pre-Universitario, the SPU, and I use the CSEC system, as you can see clearly. Yes, and we're going to talk today about African cultural forms in the Caribbean and the social relations within slave society. And I'm going to focus in this video about African cultural forms. That is going to be the focus of my video. The verbs I'm using can be describing, explaining, and identifying. So in the objectives and the goals, these verbs have an accent, have been accented. Then the goal, the objective for this video. African cultures in the Caribbean up to 1838, and you have to be able to describe the African cultures in the cultural forms in the Caribbean up to 1838, because then slavery was abolished in the British Caribbean and there was full emancipation of the African slaves there. But before, we had Africans coming in as slaves, sometimes getting children. So to which extent were African cultural forms retained, we could say. Then the question, explain in multiple sufficient sentences and correct English why it's difficult to determine why, to which extent enslaved Africans did retain the cultures of the tribes they came from. So to which extent did they retain the cultures of the tribes they came from, and why is it difficult to determine to which degree, to which extent, in hoeverre en in welke mate this was so. If you want to look at the theory, look at page 61 of your Caribbean history textbook. This is where you can find the background information of this answer. Let's look at the answer in 3 parts. In 3 parts, I'm going to talk you through the answer. Part 1. Plants in the Caribbean made it a practice, made it a part of their dealings with slaves, never to have too much slaves of one specific tribe working on their plantations. So this was an obstacle because the different groups, ethnic groups coming from Africa, had different languages, they had different religious convictions, they had different traditions. So coming together, this was hard to mix because Africa is very large, way larger than Europe. So these different groups were very different from each other, even when they came from Western Africa. Their ethnic backgrounds were different, their languages were different, their belief systems were different. These wouldn't mix very easily. So this was an obstacle to the retainment of African culture. On the other hand, reproduction rates were very low, so they didn't get a lot of children, a lot of them died in the Caribbean, so new slaves had to be brought in from Africa regularly, and they brought with them African culture, language, belief systems, food traditions, and so on. This makes it difficult, the pro and the con makes it difficult to determine to which extent African cultures were retained. What we can determine is there was a huge African influence on the Caribbean during the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th century. That we can say. I hope you found this video helpful. You can see you can earn 12 marks when I would use this question at the assessment. So it's pretty important that you look carefully at the answer. If you have questions, remarks, points of improvement, type them below. If you want to subscribe, also do that below. You can also ask me questions in Google Classroom or even later on in Windows 365 or during class itself verbally. I'm always open to improvements and open to interesting questions. Like I say in Dutch, ik ben dol op vragen. I love interesting questions. Yeah, mitas stimele preguntana. Yes, so enjoy your weekend, enjoy your week, and I will quiet my dog, and I wish you a nice day.